All right, can y'all hear me? Hello, hello, hello. I'm here. All right, can y'all hear me? Okay. Let's bring the audio down slightly because it's a little bit too loud. Okay, that should be good. All right. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another stream. And as you can see by the title, and I guess as you can see by us using an MHA character, we literally just came back from the My Hero Academia movie. We literally, same thing what we did coincidentally last year, where we watched the FNAF movie, and then we immediately, within 5 minutes of walking the door, we immediately turn the stream on, just so we have all the thoughts, fresh in our mind and everything, because we want to share a reaction, in the moment, also fresh in mind, rather than, wait a couple hours or a day, and then give our thoughts on the movie and everything. Like, I want to give my thoughts immediately after seeing it, because I still have the adrenaline, the dopamine, and everything rush through my mind right now, so I don't want to wait too long. But yeah, so we just came back from the MHA movie. I have a good amount to say about the movie, but also, not only do we have this to do, but since it is October, since it is the Spooktober season, I'm not sure if you can see, but if you've ever seen MHA, we're clearly wearing the MHA training pants. It's the equivalent of like the Naruto Chuninzams. In the beginning of OG Naruto, which is Peak. We also got the shirt as well. But there's one more thing we got. So this is going to be a full-on MHA related stream. So I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, we got the shirt as well. So we are fully training to be a pro hero, which is awesome. All right, so yeah, there we go. Simple. You got the U, you got the A, right? The armbands on the sides, and it fits pretty well as well. Not to do like try-on haul, but no, genuinely, like it feels pretty good, everything. And I had to order a size up and everything. This is an extra large, which is honestly crazy. This is a size up what I normally wear, and it's not too big or anything. This is not. Should I start doing like wardrobe fashion reviews at this point? So yeah, so we got this. We are wearing the trained outfit that people were wearing during the pro hero test in MHA. But we also, since we think it's pretty obvious, since I'm looking down and everything, we also just got a haircut. And the reason why we did is because, if I can put this on correctly, there we go. Hold up, let me fix it. There, we're Shoto Todoroki. Nice. Sick. Right, we are playing Fortnite with Shoto Todoroki while we are Shoto Todoroki. Does it get more peak than that? In my opinion, no. So let's hop into a game. Oh boy. So yeah, take screen grabs of this. So yeah, we're Shoto, which in my opinion is W's. If you know anything about me, you know anything about MH and everything, you know that Shoto Todoroki is my favorite character in the series by a long shot. It's not even close. So yeah, oh man. But I don't think we got any MHA wallpapers in the background. I don't think Fortnite ever released them. So, whatever. And plus, there's a lot of Naruto similarities with MHA. Todoroki, like I've said on previous streams, Todoroki is my ideal version of Sasuke, right? Like, the people who love Sasuke and everything, to me, Todoroki is incarnated of what my ideal Sasuke would be. Because to me, I don't really like Sasuke that much. Todoroki gets the Sasuke character perfectly. But once again, not to repeat, we're talking about the new stuff. So the new stuff is obviously, how is the MHA movie? Well, for starters, I'm going to start with a preface. First of all, I'm going to try to stay as spoiler-free as possible, but when we do get into spoilers, there will be plenty of warnings, so don't worry about that if you are worried about it or want to see the movie, don't turn on the stream, but we're going to start off spoiler-free for a while, but then when we get into spoilers, we will once again have plenty of warnings, I guess you can say. So, for starters, who even knew this movie was coming out, right? Like, genuinely, I didn't even know this movie was coming out. My friends who are also, big in anime, the group and everything, they also had no idea this movie was coming out. In fact, when I said, like, oh, do you want to see, the MHA movie? They're like, wait, there's an MHA movie? Like, they even had no idea. Who in this world knew that an MHA movie was coming out? I had no idea. I just looked up, this weekend, just like, it's been a while since we, went to the movies. Last movie we saw was Deadpool Wolverine. And I looked it up, I'm like, there's an MHA movie open this weekend. What? I had no idea. Like, genuinely no idea that MHA was even making a movie, but also the fact that not only were they making a movie, but it came out this weekend as well, around Halloween, which is, to this, is perfect. See, I genuinely had no idea MHA movie was coming out at all. I didn't even know it existed, but I'm proud to know that I know that it exists. Let's see, what else? Just before we get into the actual movie itself, any prefaces as well. Oh. Are we glitching? You saw that, right? You saw there was a big pot right here, and now it's over here. Okay, that was weird. Oh. Game's glitching. That's fun. So yeah, just preface this, I had no idea this movie was coming out, but I'm proud to know that the movie does exist, which is great. I'm happy to know it because it's fun. So, anything else I gotta say in the movie as well? Okay, we are glitching a ton. What is going on? Is it because the Fortnite had a new update? It's now like the Spooktober Halloween season. So, a ton of people are on Fortnite right now, so it's causing the game to break. Because it's not my internet. I promise you it's not my internet, because if it was my internet, I would not be streaming. So, this is interesting. So, what else were we saying? Oh, right. And also, I feel like the movie came out at a perfect time as well, because, as you know, we were straight grinding to finish up the show, because if you remember, we were in the final 2 seasons. Can we stop glitching? Like, can we have a clean game for once? But as I was saying, we were grinding the final 2 seasons of MHA very, very, very quickly. We were binging them because I also wanted to watch as much Dragon Ball Z as possible before Sparking Zero came out. So I was like, okay, I got 2 final seasons of MHA left to go. Because if you remember, once again, not to repeat myself, but we were watching the beginning of Dragon Ball Z and the end of MHA at the same time. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to divide my attention. I'm going to watch one each, and then we will go from there. Right? Divide my attention. I'm going to watch one each. Okay. Sorry about the echo. I just want to make sure that my stream was sounding good, because maybe the, constant, glitching back and forth on stream is because of my connection, but my stream sounds good, so I have no idea what is going on with Epic. Yeah, if you remember, we were trying, split our attention between, MHA finishing that and also, starting Dragon Ball Z. I'm like, okay. Instead of, splitting my attention, with kids and everything, let me give undivided attention to one and then the other, right? So let me finish MHA first, which we did, and then we will do Dragon Ball. Watch as much as possible for Forspoken Zero. We're still early on in Dragon Ball Z. If I remember correctly, we're at the end of season 1 or at the beginning of season 2. We're at like episode like 30 something, and from what I remember in the DVD collector's box, season 1 goes up to like episode 30 something. So we're either at the end of season 1 or like very beginning of season 2, right? But obviously, this is not supposed to be a Dragon Ball stream because you shitting me? Get out of here. Wasn't paying attention. You mean absolutely nothing to me. I'm busy entertaining my audience. So yeah. So back to the real topic at hand. MHA, the best show ever made, right? That's how the fans say it. So we finished MHA, and within the same month of finishing MHA, a movie happened to come out, which, in my opinion, is clutch. So, I'm not complaining. I'm also not complaining getting kills. Let's dominate this lobby. So, I feel like that's enough preface. Now we can dive into the movie as well. Right? I feel like we can dive into the movie now because I feel like we got a lot of the, background information out there, right? God, this wig is so annoying, right? It literally goes down. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but the wig goes all the way down to my eye, like my eyelashes, my eyelids. So I feel like a strand of hair on my eye. It's annoying. Maybe I have to cut it a little bit, just make it a little bit shorter, but I don't know. Block it out. Okay, I think that's the best we're gonna get. So can we actually now dive into the movie? Because we've been going for 15 minutes, and we've talked about Dragon Ball, background MHA. I guess one more thing, background MHA before we dive into the movie. I know I have very high scatterbrain, but that's why I want to start the stream immediately, because I got all the thoughts of MHA just rushing through my head right now, so I just want to just get them out. But another preface thing, the tier list for MHA, we still will be doing that stream. That still will be happening, and maybe potentially, if we are going to be patient, I think it would be cool, at least pretty interesting, at least, to include the characters from the movie, because there's plenty of new characters in the movie, and I feel like I have some stuff to say. So maybe potentially, if you're a little bit more patient with the tier list, we include the characters from the movie as well in the tier list. But yeah, that stream is still coming. Don't you worry. I just have my hand full with, binging the rest of MHA, and now starting the beginning of Dragon Ball 4 Forspoken Zero came out. Okay, so I feel like that's all the preface, background stuff aside. Now let's get into the real thing here, the movie. So we're still going to be spoiler-free for a while. Opening thoughts. How did I feel about the movie? Now, seeing it within a half hour ago. Once again, still very, very fresh in my mind. I would say I liked it. I had fun. I will say, maybe this is, not the best maybe I'm not the best person to, ask for these opinions on like anime movies, but shit. I tried. But of course, that's annoying. But yeah, maybe I'm not the best person to ask for, anime movies, because this is like my one and only anime movie I've seen in my life. I've never seen any of the Dragon Ball movies. I've never seen any of the Naruto movies. I keep thinking about it, but then I'm just like, if I want to watch Naruto again, why not just watch an arc from either OG or Shippuden? Why watch a movie? But hey, maybe now this is me turning a new leaf. I'm like, huh, this is how anime movies are? Okay. Maybe I see what, is a good Naruto movie, and I watch that, and I give my reviews on that. But, yeah, overall, yeah, I liked the MHA movie. Was it peak cinema? To me, yes. I had fun. I would say it's what you would, it's like, to me, it's like the quintessential, like, anime movie. Where, what I mean is, I may have not seen, many anime movies out there. So, once again, that may be true. But to me, if the movie's able to capture what made the show good and special, right? It's able to have that same energy, pack that same punch, then to me, you did what you're supposed to do, right? You capture the same energy as the show. You didn't just make, a Naruto or Dragon Ball movie because, hey, that, Naruto Dragon Ball IP is really, really, really popular. So people are going to, go in waves to see the movie, even though this movie has absolutely nothing to do with the series. It doesn't feel like the series at all. It feels completely different. People just said it was Dragon Ball because, hey, that's popular IP, so people are going to watch it, right? To me, this isn't that with MHA. This felt like a good arc in MHA, the movie. It felt like a good arc. Maybe honestly one of my favorite arcs in MHA. But then I'll have to go back and see what arcs. I will say the movie was on par with like the overhaul arc. So take that, when you introduce, Mirio and everything, I would say the movie is on par with that arc. So take that as you will. If you loved the overhaul arc, then hey, in my opinion, I think you'll like the movie. At least I did. Yeah, I liked the movie. I thought it was fun. I was entertained. Let's see, what else to talk about? Once again, before we get into, spoilers and everything. I feel like we now have to dive into spoilers because now we're just, kind of just like beating around the bush. We're like, oh yeah, what do you think of the movie? Well, yeah, I liked it, but I want to go into detail now. So maybe spoilers now? Is there really nothing else I can say that doesn't get into spoilers? Okay, well, I guess spoiler warning now. So, spoilers. You have been warned. So don't come at me later on saying, oh my god, you spoiled the movie and everything. I'm like, no. I gave you plenty of spoilers. I even gave a few minutes of silence to allow you to click off stream, right? And then come back later when you watch the movie. So I don't want to hear that I, spoiled the movie for you because I gave plenty of warning. So, let's go. So, the movie. It was interesting. It made you think. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, right? What I mean is, I'm gonna buy that. Are you kidding me? Hell yes. Hell yes. But what I mean when it made you think is, first of all, it could be argued that Deku isn't even the main character in the movie. Like, in my opinion, Bakugo is the main character in the movie. So, if you're a big fan of Bakugo, which I know a lot of people are, if you're a big fan of Bakugo, I feel like this is my calling to you. You need to see the movie because, in my opinion, Bakugo got the most attention and he got the most to do. So if you are a Bakugo fan, then I feel like you'll like the movie a lot because he got a lot to do. So Bakugo was great. Deku was, what you would typically expect out of Deku. Shoto, the GOAT, need I say more? They're just the best, obviously. Yeah, characters are all pretty much the same of how they are on the show. And what I mean by that is, the characters, all do stuff, but, let's face it. The characters who get attention, MHA, is Deku, Bakugo, Shoto, Ochako, Ida, a little bit of Kirishima, and that's it, right? And if you're not one of those like characters from UA, you're pretty much in the background like 99% of the time, which I feel kind of bad about. But yeah, you're in the background for like 99% of the show. So, I mean, I guess it's accurate to the show. If your favorite character is it Kamarari, the person with, the lightning, electric quirk? Well, he doesn't get to do much in the show, and he doesn't get to do much in the movie, so I guess don't see this movie then. So basically, my premise is this. I guess it's a spoiler, but I guess maybe not. I don't know. Once again, take that as you will. If this is a spoiler. If the character you like in MHA is, like one of the important characters, not like a side character, where they get some attention, then, yeah, you'll like them in the movie because they get attention, they get stuff to do, and not just, in the background hanging out for 9% of the screen time. Now, speaking of, characters, if we're talking about characters, we have to talk about the new ones. And the new ones is... I'm still going to say it, even though I didn't talk about the tier list. It's very interesting. So I guess to start off, once again, we're getting into spoilers now, because we're talking about the villains. So once again, spoilers. So the premise of the movie is the movie takes place how do I say this? Like, in my opinion, a movie takes I can't talk. The movie takes place in two separate events. It starts off after All Might retires after he defeats All for One, right? And then he retires and he points to Deku on the TV screen saying, you're next and everything, which that comes back in the movie. That's how the villain becomes a thing, is because of that moment. So that's how the movie opens. And then the other big event the movie takes place afterwards, time and perspective, is after Shigaraki becomes like the head leader of the League of Villains, destroys and decays everything. That's when UA, brought up this huge like barricade wall, and they're like, oh, if Shigaraki or any of the villains, come back and everything, we just move the city elsewhere, take it from SpongeBob, right? We take the city and we push it somewhere else, right? So those are really the two important events you have to remember going to the movie, because those events get featured and mentioned a lot. So it definitely helps, seeing the show to begin with. I feel like, I don't know why you would see an MHA movie if you haven't seen this show, but yeah, if you've seen the show, watch, or hell, even refresh and rewatch those arcs in MHA. I would recommend, just so it's fresh in your mind, you're able to remember what's going on. Me, I didn't have to refresh them to remember and everything, because I binged the final 2 seasons of MHA within this month, so it was still pretty fresh in my mind of what happened, especially the Shigaraki stuff. So I was able to remember what was going on with him. But yeah, it's been like a few years since you've seen MHA, especially All Might retiring with One for All. Yeah, I'll recommend rewatching that before seeing this movie because it gets referenced a lot. It's literally the whole point of the movie is All Might retiring. So the premise of the movie is All Might retires after the All for One fight, and then after he retires, he points to the crowd. He points to obviously he points to Deku, saying you're nuts, you're my successor and everything. But the villain of the movie, oh, we got a guitar, cool. I never played that mode, but thank you, Fortnite. But yeah, the villain of the movie, he was watching that moment on TV and everything, and he interpreted All Might was talking to him because the camera was pointing at the screen and everything, so he's pointing to him and said, oh, you're nuts and everything. So he literally took what All Might was saying to Deku, and the villain took it upon himself. I'm like, yep, I'm going to live by your words now. I'm going to be the new All Might. So that's what happens. That's how the villain of the movie comes about. That's the backstory. He becomes the new All Might and everything. And what made him interesting with the villain is it wasn't just some, once again, we're getting into spoilers. Once again, you've been warned. It wasn't just some, run-of-the-mill guy or, a villain with a quirk, but now was a purpose because the All Might speech, or someone who was down on their luck. Like, no, it was already someone who was already in power and successful, but just wanted more. Because the villain of the movie is... Oh no, this is absurd or not. Hello. Someone shooting me? Hello? Okay. So, back to what I was saying. So, as I was saying, yeah, like, the villain of the movie isn't some, down on the luck guy or someone who was ostracized or someone who had a quirk but was, abandoned from society or whatever, kind of like Naruto. Instead, it was some mob boss, right? Some crime lord mob boss who was already powerful, who was already in power and very successful. I think, if I remember correctly, they were the mob boss, most powerful family in, Europe. Obviously, MHA takes place in Japan. So, he was already powerful. He was already successful. He just wanted more, aka Japan, to rule over Nets and his mob boss. Right? So, that's the villain. It's some mob boss who takes All Might's words to heart after he retires and changes his appearance artificially to look like All Might. And that's how he comes about, right? So, spoilers, I guess. Yeah, it's not some run-of-the-mill guy. It is a mob boss who was already powerful to begin with, but just wanted more because, well, they say so. And another reason why I mentioned the movie is a lot like the Overhaul arc is because there was a female character that was being used by the villains. Their quirk was being used by the villains. And the whole point of the movie, same with the Overhaul arc, the whole point is to, get the girl back, save them, and stop the villains from using, the girl's quirk, right? So it's really the same thing. Obviously, overall it's eerie, and in this, it's... I just came from the movie. I don't remember what her name is. I don't remember. But yeah, it's really the same thing though. Which isn't bad because I like that arc. So yeah, that's the plot of the movie. It's to stop the villains from using this female character exploiting her quirk for, obviously evil intentions and bring her back. That's the whole point of the movie, just like the overall arc. So they're very, very similar. So yeah, if you like the overall arc, I think you will like the movie. So there's the villains aside. They do bring in one hero character into the fray. The person who's connected to the female character they are using her quirk for evil intentions. He's connected to her because, just like the mob boss, she also is powerful and comes from a rich family, and he is her butler. I think that's the best way to describe it, right? I mean, yeah. And he was hired to, stop her quirk. Because, as you can tell, my mind is just rambling and jumping. I don't even feel like I'm making a complete thought. But the whole point of the movie, the whole point of the girl and everything, is she has a powerful quirk that the villains use to their advantage, and it's based off of her having seizures. So the butler character, the person who was new, was brought in to stop her from having seizures, because if the seizures stop, then she can't use the quirk powerful, right? That's pretty much it. Her quirk is a lot like, how do I put this? What's her name? It's Gentle Criminal and Bravo? Miss Brava? Lady Brava? Fuck. It's Gentle Criminal and somebody. Brava something. Lady Brava, Miss Brava or something. But yeah, her quirk works a lot in the same way, where their quirk amplifies the villains' power and strength when they touch them. So yeah, that's her quirk. So yeah, it's Miss Brava, right? Little Brava, Lady Brava, something. It's Gentle Criminal and Brava something. I can't remember. But yeah, her quirk works a lot the same way. So yeah, take that as you will. And he's there because, well, he, as the butler, has his quirk where he's able to neutralize everything and stop the quirk from happening, which is great. We are top 5. I just noticed this. We are top 5, and I have not seen one person. That makes me scared. We also just been half paying attention to the game and everything. We're not even trying to kill people because, well, we're kind of talking about the movie. So yeah, that's the plot of the movie. Yeah, in my opinion, Bakugo gets... Hold up. There we go. Yeah, in my opinion, this guy right here, Bakugo, unfortunately I don't have a Shoto one. I just have Ochako, Deku, and Bakugo. It came with this outfit. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a Todoroki one. But yeah, if you like Bakugo, to me this movie is made for you. Bakugo gets the most attention. It was great. Especially since I always kind of liked Bakugo. Then I feel like, I liked him a lot more when he had his apology to Deku, which, not afraid to say, it made me cry, because it did. It was emotional, damn it. It was definitely an emotional ride for sure. But yeah, if you like Bakugo, to me, you will like this movie. Todoroki, unfortunately, doesn't get much to do because a lot of the attention is on Bakugo. So, take that as you will. For someone who, as you can see, I think it's pretty obvious who my favorite character is in MHA. Todoroki doesn't get much to do in the movie. So, take that as you will. Absolutely gas. What's up, Dakota? First of all, what do you think? Number one, now that I'm wearing the wig and everything, wearing the full outfit. Two, 2, you are just joining in with our review of the MHA movie, so I'm not sure how much you've heard. But yeah, in my opinion, Bakugo is probably the most important character in the movie. He gets the most to do, which is kind of wild to think about. Right, it's kind of wild to think about that. You know, it's kind of crazy to say Bakugo is the most important character in the movie, but, you know, if you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I am very concerned that it's a 2v1 and I don't have one kill. I feel like I have no chance. Alright, let's hop out and let's change our outfit to someone else. And I feel like since we are changing our outfit to someone else, and since it is itchy as fuck with the wig, I think we're going to take off our wig for a second. Because, man. Alright. Let's get the person we were talking about. So, yeah, let's bring in Bakugo. Then I feel like next we'll do All Might. Because, well, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I like the movie overall. I thought it was a fun time. To me, it was the stereotypical like anime movie out there where it's like, if you're a fan of the show, you go to see the movie. I feel like you'll find something to enjoy about it, right? So yeah, in my opinion, it is indeed peak. You like the show, you will like this, which I did. Also, there was a few surprise cameos and characters that I was not expecting to see. I'm going to keep that spoiler. I'm going to keep that spoiler away. There's a few cameos, there are a few surprise appearances that I was not expecting to see in the movie. But when I saw them, I was indeed doing the Leonardo DiCaprio meme where I was pointing at the screen, which is awesome. So yeah. I'm keeping that. I may have, dived into spoilers before, talking about the villain and how he came about and how he became a villain to begin with and why he has such an infatuation with All Might and everything. But I'm going to keep those cameos completely away. Like, that's diving into too much spoilers, so if you want to see the cameos, what I'm talking about, see the movie for yourself then. But I'm keeping that away. I'm keeping that hush. So anything else to talk about with MHA? I feel like I've said this before, but if we are keeping the same, MHA theme and everything, talking about stuff, MHA related. Is the fan base annoying and toxic? Yes, and maybe I'm one of them. I don't know. No, it does. To me, it does generally suck, though. That MHA is a great show, and people are turned away by it. People refuse to give the show a chance because of how toxic the fan base is, which, in my opinion, just sucks. Because, you can have your fandoms, you can, like the show and everything, that's fine. But to be toxic to a point where, you tell people you like the show or whatever, you recommend it to them, they're like, isn't that the show with the toxic fan base? You're like, yes, right? So that's why I say, like, to me, with any show, but MHA is one where you really have to. That's why I say, like, ignore the fans. Ignore the toxic fans out there. Just watch the show for what it is on your own. Like, don't worry about what the fans are saying, because to me, you worry about what the fans are saying, you know, you probably not going to come back and like the show at all. So, just know what the fans are saying, and like what you like, and that's pretty much it. Right? The show is good enough to be enjoyed on its own. It doesn't need to be gatekeeped because of toxic fans out there, which, you know, sucks. And MHA is not the only one. There's, you know, plenty of shows and fan bases out there where it's toxic and new people don't want to get into the series or see anything new with the series or see anything come out of the series because they know that the fan base is toxic. So it's like, you know, what's the point? Which sucks, right? I know it does suck. That's, you know, what we come to, and that's how it is, right? For fans to ruin a genuinely good show, for people not to watch it because the fan base is toxic, it sucks, right? You know, a few other examples. You know, this one I guess also sucks, to me at least. The FNAF Five Nights at Freddy's series. In different matches, okay. I guess we'll go here then. But yeah, the Five Nights at Freddy's series. It's a genuinely good series, right? With a lot of mystery that still needs to be solved and everything. Like, it's a genuinely good series of indie horror games, right? But despite all that, I'm aware the fan base is toxic. I'm aware that the fan base is annoying. The fan base can ruin people's experience, which sucks, right? Because, yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's is genuinely a good series, right? Like, there's a reason why, you know, when Five Nights at Freddy's came out in 2014, you know, it was the big indie horror, you know, social media phenomenon that it was. That you could not escape 5 seconds on YouTube without seeing another Five Nights at Freddy's related video. There was a reason for that. Like, it was popular for, you know, that's another series that I like and everything, but you know, people turn away. Is my stream lagging? Hold up. I hope it's not my stream. Hello. Shut up, Icy Hot. But yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's is another series out there that, you know, is a great series, is fun. There's a reason why it was so popular. And for fans to, you know, gatekeep it and make it toxic where new fans can't come in to a series or anything because, you know, people's own toxicity, which, yeah, we get your fandoms and everything, but for it to get to a point where you gatekeep and you turn people away from enjoying the series for what it is on their own, you know, that's where it gets annoying and unfortunate in my opinion. Trying to think what other series out there, especially ones that I like that are a good series and are popular for a reason, but unfortunately are gatekeeped and ruined by a popular fan base. Where it's like, is there even a point of promoting, saying, you should check the series out, I like it? I'm trying to think if there's any other series besides MHA and FNAF. Curiouser and curiouser. But I would say Star Wars is another one. But Star Wars has its own set of issues that goes further than just, oh, the, you know, annoying toxic fans, you know, ruins the series or anything. Like Star Wars has its own set of problems, but unfortunately toxic fans are indeed one of them that exist, that indeed do pull people away from, you know, giving the series a chance, which, you know, sucks. Gotcha. Nice. Despite all the lag, we are still able to nuke people. Nice. Alright, well, let's be like Bakugo. Plus Ultra. Nice. It would be cool. It'll be a very small detail, but I think it'll be very cool. I don't know how Fortnite would do it, but if you're using Bakugo and you go through that machine where it launches you, just like in the show, he puts his arms back and launches himself like a cannon. That would be very, very cool. I'm not sure how Fortnite would do that, make a very, very character-specific, you know, launch effect. But if they did, that would be peak. But anyway, yeah, back to Star Wars. You know, Star Wars has its own issues, bad shows, bad movies, projects that are announced that nobody asked for but get released, and then it's a surprise Pikachu face where, you know, this project that nobody asked for and nobody cared about, it didn't work, nobody watched it, and people are surprised that, yeah, of course people didn't. Who asked for it? And the stuff that people actually want to see, it either never happens, the product just disappears, and we don't know if it was ever even worked on, or it gets released, but it's completely tainted by a lot of stuff that people didn't ask for, people didn't care about. Like, the biggest example of that is with the Obi-Wan show, right? The Obi-Wan show, you know, it's pretty obvious, and Disney knew this, it's pretty obvious why people are watching the Obi-Wan show. It's Obi-Wan, you bring Ewan McGregor back as Obi-Wan, and you're bringing Hayden Christensen back as Anakin / Darth Vader with James Earl Jones. Rest in peace. But that's why you're watching the show. It's bringing Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen back. That's why Disney pulled you in and was promoting it and saying, oh, hype up, you know, the return of these, you know, iconic, you know, actors and everything. And they get put on the sidelines because of a character that wasn't written. Damn it. Man, I tried. But yeah, a character who wasn't written well. I'm talking about Reva. A character that inserted himself in everything and pulled the viewers away from what they actually want to watch. And then Disney, being the geniuses they are, didn't understand why people did not like the Reva character. But to them, I feel like it makes sense. Talking about MHA with the movie, I feel like this character makes sense. Which probably is how we're going to be ending stream with this character. But yeah, for some reason, Disney was completely surprised that the product you were promising and telling people about that you're going to bring in everything, you don't live up to that promise. You bring in a bunch of stuff that was dumb, nobody asked for, nobody cared about, and then you're surprised that people did not like the extra stuff you brought in and pulled you away from the stuff that people actually wanted to watch. And according to Disney, it was racist and offensive and sexist. That, you know, oh, the only reason why people, you know, didn't like the, the reason why people didn't like, you know, Reva on the Obi-Wan show is because, you know, it's a black woman, which is not what it is at all, right? You know, if you're someone who didn't like the Reva character because it was a black woman, then yeah, you need to go play in traffic. But 99.9% of the people normal people like me who watched the show watched it because of the return for Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor, and Disney did not live up to that promise, so people aren't going to be happy with that. You made a promise, you didn't live up to it, so you expect people to applaud you. Hey, nice job, good job, Disney. You didn't live up to the promise. You promised this big thing, big return of these iconic characters that people are excited to see again, and you didn't live up to the promise, but good job anyway. You still did amazing. Like, no, is that what Disney expected to happen? Like, no, of course not. Right. But this is not a Star Wars conversation. This is obviously a MHA conversation. Unfortunately, I do not have any MHA posters or anything. The one extra thing I can show off the MHA thing I have is the Azuka Midoriya Funko Pop, which I've shown on stream before. And I probably will get more Funko Pops and everything, but the shelf as it stands right now, I'm literally looking at it, is full. It's not the biggest shelf in the world, so I feel like when we get a bigger shelf, if we choose to, that is when we will get more Funko Pop characters. 100% get Shoto, Bakugo, All Might, Kirishima, Ida, list goes on and on. God damn, this stream has been a struggle when it comes to the Fortnite connection. We keep teleporting. It's really annoying. Like, it's not my internet connection, I promise. Because indeed, if it was my internet connection, we would not be able to stream then. Oh, that's the same weapon. Well, that's fun. That's a complete waste then, having two. But yeah, we would not be able to stream then if it was our internet connection. So, for some reason, the Fortnite servers are just absolute dog water right now. Which is fun. I'm assuming, yeah, it is because of the update from the Spooktober stuff. But the weird thing is, the servers came back up after the downtime, like, 12 hours ago. So 12 hours ago, after the servers came up, they are still this bad and laggy. That's terrible. At this point, it's just entertaining of like, you know what? I'm gonna run this way, or I'm gonna try to collect this item. Will I actually collect the item, or is, Epic gonna teleport me elsewhere and I have to pick it up again? It's literally just a guessing game. Like, oh, is Fortnite gonna stutter? Am I gonna teleport? Let's see. Someone's shooting me. Am I gonna teleport again? I swear the shots were coming from here. Why are you lying to me, game? Okay, well, we know shooting was coming from here, so I guess go the direction we were headed anyway. Because that makes sense. Oh, huge stutter! But yeah, I guess, back to the movie and everything, yeah. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. And yeah, maybe this is like my opening to anime movies out there. Maybe we give, Naruto movies a try now that we saw what anime movies are capable of. Where at least this one, I'm sure there's some bad apples out there, but at least for a first time experience, this movie captured what the show was like. So, by logic, then, if I watch a Naruto movie, it should capture the same energy and the same vibe that the show did, which made me love and be the best show ever made. Oh, best show ever made, right? I forgot I have my camera flipped. So, I'm pointing out my left arm right now, but as you can see on stream, it's my right. And the reason we did that is because if we not invert the camera, you would not be able to see this dragon part. It would be Zebra. Whatever Dragon Ball Z is backwards. But you didn't know the camera was inverted until I told you. See, that's camera trickery. Do you have any complaints or any criticisms in the movie? Let's see. I would say a complaint or criticism I have in the movie, maybe it's just the theater that I was in, but the screen was pretty dark. Right. The screen was pretty dark. Now, it could just be, my eyes getting bad because I'm getting older. I'm getting into an unk status. But, there was a handful of times, and it was really a problem in, the beginning of the movie, where it takes place at night and dark. If you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Where it takes place in dark environments. And because the screen wasn't as bright, it was kind of hard to see what was going on, who was on screen, and what was happening. So it was kind of hard to see what was going on. So I feel like that is a complaint or criticism I had of the movie. So if I did watch it again of my own time, I would see if I can brighten my screen or monitor just so I can fully see what was going on. Or unless, similar to Star Wars, Solo Story, it's a movie that's just meant to be dark, which that could also be the case. But I'm going to say from my experience, it was a problem in the beginning of the movie, and I started just getting used to it. I'm like, okay, this movie's just meant to be dark. Where in a dark night environment, it's kind of hard to see who's on screen and what's going on. So I'm focused on who's on screen? What attack is Deku doing? Okay, that's fine. Right, so it's kind of hard to see sometimes of what was going on exactly. Hello. So I feel like that is one complaint or criticism I had. Which, if we do watch the movie again, that is something that I will be testing out on my own time, brighten the monitor, and see if that makes a difference. Damn it, I ran out of ammo. And he had a legendary shotgun, so he was not close to death as I thought. Damn it. But yeah, I would say that's one thing I had just to improve the movie thing is it was dark, so on my own time, I'll probably go back and rewatch. Cool. But I'll probably go back and rewatch the movie and brighten up the monitors to see if I'm able to more clearly see what's going on, or if the movie's just meant to be dark. And if I do, well, I will let you know on that update when I do decide to see the movie, what it is like. Now that we brighten up, because then we'll be able to clearly tell what is going on. Any closing thoughts? Any final thoughts on the movie? Let's see. 。 Yeah, I feel like I've said it may have been like a very scatterbrained review because I was talking about Star Wars, Dragon Ball Z, MHA the show, MHA the movie, spoiler free, spoilers, how characters can be and everything. Like, it was a very jumbled review. But yeah, I feel like I've said everything I need to say. Once again, it was fresh in my mind. I wanted to say the review in the moment, coming immediately after the theater and everything, rather than have it sit and linger in my brain for hours or days, because there's stuff that I won't remember, or stuff that I won't have as much adrenaline, dopamine as I did before once I came back in the movies and everything. So that's why I hurried to stream immediately as soon as I got in the door to share my view of what the movie is. So yeah, I would say I enjoyed it overall. In my opinion, it is peak. You can think otherwise. You can say, it's a trash movie. It's, a movie that doesn't need to exist, and that's fine. Your opinion's valid. But in my opinion, take it as someone who is a fan of the show, but not one of those toxic fans out there, right? As a normie fan out there, My Hero Academia. If you're a normie fan of My Hero Academia and you like the show, go and see the movie, right? To me, go and see the movie. If you like the show, I think there is something that you will like in the movie. Let me know otherwise if you disagree on that. And also let me know what you thought about the movie if you do see it. Because, yeah, I'm curious what other people's thoughts are. But, yeah, overall, I did enjoy it. I think any MHA fan who, liked the series should go and see this movie. If you like the series, then I feel like it's a pretty safe conclusion that you'll like the movie. But, yeah, so that's going to be it for this stream. Hopefully next time we do a Fortnite stream, Fortnite's not as, laggy and as jumbled as, it was today. The servers maybe need to, keep getting fixed because it's a new, Halloween update, so it's pretty laggy. So hopefully next time we do a Fortnite stream, it's not as jumbled and laggy as this time was. Let's hope not. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. And once again, if I had to give a number score of the MHA movie, I'm not going to give a score. Instead, I'm going to give a Bakugo keychain, because in my opinion, like I said, Bakugo is the main character of the movie. So if you like Bakugo, you should especially see the movie. So yeah, I'm giving a Bakugo keychain score for the movie. So yeah, if you like the show, go and see this movie. It is peak.